Hi there. Today I'm going to be seeing how Wee Maple Treeway's music has evolved through time. This one was Mario Kart 8, and that's the only game that I've played. Well, where I played Maple Treeway. Well, that's just a play. So how about the music? Let's start with the Wii. I can now see why Wii Maple Treeway was a fan favourite initially. But I'm pretty sure that's set to change as soon as the net got removed. God, those Wii fans. Ending me because I gave Wii Rainbow Road 9 out of 10. Oof. But Wii Maple Treeway is actually really good on the Wii. So I'm actually going to give this one a 10 out of 10 to start. Yeah, it's insane. Starting out with perfection. But Mario Kart 7's probably got something different. Well, in terms of scoring. Is it just me, or is this version a bit too fast? Because if it's not just me, then I can see why, but it just seems a little bit too fast-paced for me. That I'm going to drop this one down to an 8 out of 10, but with significant change to come. And this is basically the same version that was used in Mario Kart Tour, so we can just skip that and say 8 out of 10. So yeah, on to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and the Booster Course Pass for the first segment of this music evolution. Well, this version of Maple Treeway is what gave me my rather negative view on this track. But I'm not going to hold any grudges, and I'm going to be completely unbiased on this one. So let's see how the music stacks up. Okay, maybe I was wrong to misjudge Maple Treeway so harshly. Well, this one was perfect in Mario Kart Wii, dropped off being Mario Kart 7, but that was even better than Mario Kart Wii. I'm going to give this one a 10 out of 10, but with one little caveat. It's only 10 out of 10 if the Wii version's 10 out of 10. If Wii version's 9 out of 10, then this version's 9.5. It's slightly better, but it's not completely perfect yet. There is more change to come with this track. However, the two different takes that did get 10 out of 10 are incredible. So let's move on to the second section, that being Wii Koopa Cape. This track is a little bit, let's just say, weird. It got just completely killed, apparently, in Mario Kart 7. And then the tour version was based on Mario Kart 7's version. So, this track ended up dying. However, I don't think that's the case with music. So let's find out how good this music is, actually. really just don't need to, like, sort of listen to it much to know the main core of this track. And the main reason why I think people found this track so good in the first place was the music. So that's why this one gets a 9.5 out of 10. I'm not giving the Wii version 10 out of 10 twice in a row. That's not really the only reason as well. I have listened to Mario Kart 8 version. It is leaps and bounds better than this. However, there are more versions of this track in Mario Kart Wii, namely the river and the underwater section. So let's continue. Now this is the goofier cousin of Koopa Cape, and I'm all for it. It just doesn't really match the original. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 anyway, though, because it is still a really, really solid theme. But now onto the underwater version. I actually really like this version of Koopa Cape. It's really, like, mystical and eerie. And I like that such a cheerful track could turn into something like this. But it's not just that. It's based on the music alone. This is a 10 out of 10 piece. So let's move on to Mario Kart 7, where this track got some of its worst changes. This theme's a little too compressed for my liking. I liked pure Koopa Cape, not slightly compressed Koopa Cape. It's like what happened to a couple of tracks on the DS, when it's just taking it from Mario Kart Wii to Mario Kart 7. And that's where this track falls. It's too compressed. So let's move on to the river version of Koopa Cape in Mario Kart 7. Oh wow, that's a mouthful. Okay, so it turns out that Mario Kart 7 didn't actually have a river version for Koopa Cape. Which I'm instantly docking it some points for, obviously, because the river version is so good. But like, what does mean? I guess we'll never know. But what does the underwater version sound like? Okay, I actually prefer it without the claps from Wii. So this is just the Wii version, but without those little claps. This is 10 out of 10, obviously. So let's move on to Mario Kart 8. Spoiler, they're all 10 out of 10. Do you see why I gave the original Wii version 9.5 now? Okay, this is purely my opinion, but this is just pure, unfiltered Koopa Cape at its finest. So let's move on to the river. You know what this reminds me of? Baby Park. I don't know why. It just reminds me of Baby Park. And spoiler, Baby Park in this game is also 10 out of 10. Oh, great, now I can't do Baby Park video. Oh, great. Anyway, onto the underwater version. It's still 10 out of 10, but it's actually not on the same level as the Wii 7 version, surprisingly. And this actually came as a shock when I just re-listened to it then, after listening to the Wii 7 version. But it's still 10 out of 10, don't get me wrong. Like, it's still the same mystical Koopa cape that I loved so much on the Wii. So that's where I'm gonna end it out for today. If you enjoyed, be sure to subscribe and keep on being normal. Okay, what am I doing?